Hola.
Hello, this call is being translated.
Abuela, listen to what my phone can do.
Abuela, escucha lo que mi teléfono puede hacer.
¡Wow! Ahora dime sobre tu novia nueva.
Wow, now tell me about this new girlfriend.
Huh?
Tú sabes lo que dije.
You know what I said.
Language is no longer a barrier thanks to Live Translate with Galaxy AI on Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Learn more at Samsung.com. Samsung account login required. Calls must be made using the native Samsung dialer.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Do you have a point of sale system you can trust, or is it a real POS? You need Shopify for retail. From accepting payments to managing inventory, Shopify POS has everything you need to sell in person. Go to shopify.com/system, all lowercase, to take your retail business to the next level today. That's shopify.com/system.
Listen closely. That's not just paint rolling on a wall. It's artistry. A master painter carefully applying Benjamin Moore Regal Select eggshell with deftly executed strokes. The roller lightly cradled in his hands, applying just the right amount of paint. It's like hearing poetry in motion. Benjamin Moore, see the love.
You know, he's more liberal
Savaged,
than he is
unfiltered.
And I want to throw this out, though, because our words...
Maybe he's going over to The View, Joseph.
Yeah, well, I hope so. Let him go. But words have meaning. I've written at thelibertybeacon.com 2 pieces on the left twisting language, okay? Now, like Liz Cheney, don't call her a rhino. Because if you take her voting record minus the 2 impeachment votes and erase her name, put it in front of a Republican, they're going to say, oh, that's got to be our presidential nominee. Her record is solid. She's conservative in that sense, but she has fucking emotional, hysteric Trump derangement syndrome. So she's a Republican with Trump derangement syndrome. Let's try to make sure we get our language right. We have to be correct. We have to be factual. Unlike a left-wing emotional hysterical snowflake who just makes shit up. The reality versus delusion.
Savage.
This program contains subject matter and language that may be disturbing to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
There we go again. More technical problems. We live in the 21st century.
No! Savage. Unfiltered.
Under. The only reason I know this is because I lived under tyranny. I lived.
Oh, shut the fuck up! You're a fucking.
Your host, Michael Gardner.
Proper fashion at the proper time.
Like a Hellcat.
Hey guys, we made it. Yeah, reality versus delusion. Guys, welcome to Savage Unfiltered Podcast here. I'm the host, Michael. Joseph, open us up here on today's episode. Guys, I want to talk about the latest, what's going on with this submarine. There's been, people, literally, was it 4 or 5 people, if I have correct, in survival mode. And I'm told now, Joseph, that it seems like they're going to be okay. But we didn't know. We thought they were goners. They were the research team looking at the Titanic site, but it looks like they're going to be okay. Of the latest news I'm getting.
No.
What news are you getting?
They found the debris of the sub. They're all dead.
Huh?
They're not dead.
Yes.
Was that a joke, Joseph?
Nope. I'm not joking. They found the debris of that mini sub on the bottom of the ocean, scattered around the Titanic debris. They're bringing pieces of it to confirm, but the coast, you were preparing for the show, so you didn't see the Coast Guard today. We're recording, it's Thursday, June 22nd, 1500 Eastern Time. The U.S. Coast Guard had a press conference announcing indeed they're all dead. They found the debris. The sub was destroyed.
You
To
know,
their family.
the news that I just got, yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Joseph.
Yeah, well, thoughts and prayers to their family. I mean, they knew they were taking a big risk. And again, sometimes these people with lots of money, especially, they can afford these risky endeavors, and sometimes things go bad. And this time, that sub had been down there many times and been okay, but something went wrong this time. And indeed, they found sections of the wreckage of that sub positively identified. So it's destroyed. It broke apart. There's no way anyone could have survived. You were prepping for the show when this was going on, so that's why you didn't know.
Yeah. According to,
I can hear clicking going on.
Yeah, Joseph. According to what you had said, I do want to apologize, guys. I've gotten the last mixed news there because like a couple hours ago they said that it looked like they were to be okay, but Joseph just clarified to them, to us, on Savage Unfiltered here, that they are indeed dead.
Good evening, Kathy. All 5 passengers on board the missing Titan submarine are now confirmed dead after the discovery of debris near the Titanic undersea wreckage. The U.S. Coast Guard revealed this debris field is consistent with a catastrophic loss of the pressure chamber, causing an implosion hours after the Titan began its mission. According to Rear Admiral John Mauger of the U.S. Coast Guard, a total of 5 pieces of debris were found, including the tail cone on the Titan submersible, about 400 meters from Titanic's bow. In another statement released by the U.S. Navy, an anomaly was detected after examining acoustic data, which is found to be compatible with an implosion or explosion when communications ceased. The families of the 5 people have been immediately notified upon the discovery. Tributes from foreign ministries, family members, and adventure groups began to flow for the crew, which includes British billionaire Hamish Harding, French maritime expert Paul-Henri Nargeolet, OceanGate founder Stockton Rush, and British-Pakistani businessman Shahzada Dawood and his son Suleiman Dawood. The bodies of the passengers are unlikely to be recovered as investigations undergo to determine the cause of the implosion. Meanwhile, scientists call to shut down all undersea expeditions to the Titanic until the cause has been determined. Back to you, Kathy.
Thank you, Charisse Lumboan, for that live report.
They lost several amounts of oxygen and everything else, Joseph. So I'm reading basically, Shaky plugging in the information. We're reading the same thing right now. The research team guys are now to be believed dead.
Yeah. Again, it's important for people to understand that you didn't know only because you were busy prepping for the show. And we are recording Thursday afternoon. I'm looking up at the clock. It's now 5 minutes to 5 p.m. Eastern time. That news just broke 2 hours ago, again, while Michael was busy prepping for the show. So he was not aware. Because, yes, I mean, this morning there were still discussions about they still had oxygen left. There were noises being heard. So
that's
they were
what
hopeful they would find them.
That's what I heard, Joseph. I heard the banging, the comments coming in from a lot of networks, Fox, CNN covering it and saying there was, banging and banging and banging. Just like last week, there was basically a French, I guess a rescue mission or something like that wanted to send in some type of correspondence to assist that. I guess none to avail on that. And that was last week. That was actually on when the hell was that dated, Shaky? Get the date on that. Oh yeah, June 20th of last week. Basically where it came out of Paris, and it said that France is deploying a rescue team to help find the Titanic tourist submarine reported missing in the Atlantic. And this was right off the coast of Newfoundland, which if you basically take Newfoundland and put it here and then put like New York here, boom, that's where you get the crash site,
right?
Of the Titanic. And they were literally right on the crash site.
Again, for people could be listening, will be listening days later, weeks later, months later. We are recording Thursday afternoon, the 22nd. The news Michael gave was true 5 hours ago. Just a couple of hours ago, they updated the fact that they found the debris.
Yeah, I was seeing that, Joseph. I was seeing the updates because it was coming off of an old update earlier today, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, wow, they're going to be okay. And then as soon as Joseph's like, no, they're all dead. Literally, no puns aside and jokes aside, I thought Joseph was literally, joking around. And I was like, you're joking, Joseph. And he's like, no, I'm dead serious. They're dead. I wasn't aware of that, Joseph.
Right. And that's again
crazy. We live in times where updates change like left and right.
It can change on a minute. But yeah, the news 5 hours ago was a lot different than the update we got 2 hours ago. It was hopeful, like you said.
Yeah.
I saw those reports too around noon today, Thursday the 22nd that we're recording. They still have oxygen and maybe another 10 hours. They're hearing banging. We're sending down ships to hopefully bring them up. And then, they went down hoping to find and bring them up, and instead found debris that it had been destroyed. So, it changed in a heartbeat. Michael just didn't know at the time of us going on record. Things are always changing and updating.
Yeah. Guys, before we continue with the show, I want to welcome some new listeners that might be possibly checking out the show. Thank you very much for choosing Savage Unfiltered. If you want to learn more, guys, you can check out our Linktree website, which is Linktree / Savage Unfiltered Podcast. All our links, both video and audio, is there, as well as YouTube and special clips. The book America's Political Warfare, Our Modern Civil War. All that information, guys, is on the Linktree website, Linktree / Savage Unfiltered Podcast. Also, too, I want to suggest going over to savagearmy.com. Yeah, thanks, Shaky. It's been a wild week of recordings. My vocabulary is not there. Joseph always putting the puns there. But, guys, go to savagearmy.com, guys. And for all the people that maybe wanting the merchandise but want to stick with the budget, hey, that's great too, guys. We are partnered with Afterpay. That is basically our layaway partnership on Spring. That all our merchandise is powered by Spring, but on savagearmy.com. Check us out, guys. Hit that feature, Afterpay, where you can shop now, pay later, and it's always interest-free, guys. That's right, guys. You're not paying interest at all.
Really?
If you see something, zero.
No.
Do I lie, Joe? It's always interest-free.
Wow.
Go on to the after.
I used to work.
I'm not giving you fake news. I'm not giving you.
That's surprising, though. I used to work for Kmart, and we had layaway, no charges, as long as you paid it off in the time frame you said you would. Then you got it.
Well, that's why.
But this surprises me. That's why
Kmart. That's why Kmart went under, because they had interest rates. But you can go on to Afterpay, guys. Take my word for it. Always interest free. There's no interest built up on it. It's not a credit card. You know, a lot of people are like, with this Afterpay, there's other places like this, Joseph, where they have, the feature and stuff like that. But there, Afterpay, then there's like that, what the hell is it? Klarno or whatever the hell that, it's kind of weird, like name to it, Klarno or something. But anyway, Afterpay has no interest at all. What I mean by that is if you see something on savagedarmy.com, right, and it's $19.99, most of our t-shirts are $19.99, okay, and you don't want to pay, like, with the tax, it come out to like $24, and then the shipping's usually like around $30. But if you don't want to pay that, I'm sorry, guys, we have to put the shipping in there, the cover. I wish I could charge free shipping, but I can't pay for everybody's order of shipping. You break my wallet. But anyway, guys, if you don't want to pay that $30, go to Afterpay, hit the Afterpay feature on there, and then you're going to get weekly payments. And on order of $30, the weekly payments will be like $4.99. So every week you're going to pay $4.99 until it's paid off. Can't go wrong with that.
That's a good deal.
Throw that out there.
That's a good deal. But I want to say one last thing, though, too, a kind of behind the scenes, even though this isn't a behind the scenes, to reiterate the fact. People don't know. I want to give Michael and Shaky credit here and explain to the audience there's a whole lot of shit that goes on behind the scenes to put a podcast together that you don't see, you don't want to see, you don't want to know. So Michael and Shaky have been spending the last several hours getting ready to record these shows where I, as a co-host, thankfully get to come in. I have a lot less prep to do. I come in at the last minute. I see the latest news right up until we go on the air.
Joseph, you have no idea the amount of prep, and I want to give a thank you to Joseph. Hat tip, always appreciate it. It's my Italian in me to say that, but you have no idea, guys, of what we do. And Joseph's right. Like I spend. Usually a lot of my time in Tampa, where Shaky resides, his studio's there, and his house is there as well too. So much time back and forth. If I'm not in Shaky, I'm my place, in my studio, or if I'm not in either one of those locations, I'm on set as a movie extra. So it's like I'm doing so much. Sometimes I'm like living like a Donald Trump lifestyle. I only get like 4 hours of sleep, if that, sometimes. But like so much prep, and Joseph, you're right. The prepping. Joseph doesn't have to do a damn thing. He comes, we send him the recording link through the network, and then boom, he's here. He doesn't have to do anything.
Well, I do.
He promotes.
I do some prep, but this isn't like Fox News, Newsmax, or OAN. There's not a team of 100 people here at Savaged Unfiltered doing
No, there's a
shit.
team of 4. There's a team of 4. Okay, we have 4 people on this show. Myself, Shaky, Shaky's wife, and a friend of mine that's behind the scenes, like literally behind the scenes, more behind the scenes than Shaky.
Everything that's happening, it's all connected, and she's at the center of it.
I won't abandon Siri.
If war is coming, there is no hiding her from it.
History has a way of repeating itself. The dangers we've seen foretell an even more menacing future.
You've got a bit of a situation here.
Mickey, text me the address.
Hey, Mickey.
I need help.
I'm ashamed to admit I'm using you for your brain again.
That's all I'm good for.
You love all eyes being trained on you. Those things, they take our fears and they twist them.
There's now an alarming spread of incidents into Europe.
Thousands of cases in Spain.
Go, 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 go!
These creatures are changing.
So why did Pastor June tell him to buy you a crown?
He's trying to see if gifts is my love language.
Is it?
Gifts is definitely not my love language, but maybe it is. And if so, then tonight, I'm gonna give him the biggest gift of all.
We're calling it a gift now? My parents just emailed that they're coming to our wedding.
Well, what does a bank manager do?
This is a robbery!
I think your parents robbed my bank.
Go!
who even am I right now?
One big happy family.
We ain't no damn detectives.
This is Major League.
Let's take care of this right now.
Hey, yo, that's you, girl? Oh, that is you! My bad.
I want to dress women and help them love their bodies.
Hashtag body positivity. Hashtag work mama.
You got this, bitch. Maybez.
You the best at this.
You better start that rumor. Okay.
You're the boss now.
Are you going on this hike?
Thank God, another old person.
All right.
Helen, be careful.
Okay, listen up, people. Helen with an H got 4 blisters on day 1.
You know, I tend to do better when people point out the things I'm doing right.
We'll do something right and I'll point it out.
See, most 2- and 3-year-olds, they laugh at manufactured anger, performative anger. You can go up to a kid that age and just go, rawr, and they're like, and this kid's like, I want to see your blood pressure spike, man. The hardest I've ever seen him laugh when he flushed my car keys down the toilet.
We are an unconventional.
Hola.
Hello, this call is being translated.
Abuela, listen to what my phone can do.
Abuela, escucha lo que mi teléfono puede hacer.
Wow. Ahora dime sobre tu novia nueva.
Wow, now tell me about this new girlfriend.
Huh? Tú sabes lo que dije.
You know what I said.
Language is no longer a barrier thanks to Live Translate with Galaxy AI on Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Learn more at Samsung.com. Samsung account login required. Calls must be made using the native Samsung dialer.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. You might say all kinds of stuff when things go wrong, but these are the words you really need to remember. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. They've got options to fit your unique insurance needs, meaning you can talk to your agent to choose the coverage you need. Have coverage options to protect the things you value most. File a claim right on the State Farm mobile app and even reach a real person when you need to talk to someone. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Do you have a point of sale system you can trust, or is it a real POS? You need Shopify for retail. From accepting payments to managing inventory, Shopify POS has everything you need to sell in person. Go to shopify.com/system, all lowercase, to take your retail business to the next level today. That's shopify.com/system.
Cruise line, and we are all about giving everyone a chance.
So you want the worst candidate?
Maybe.
The very worst candidate is a man by the name of Jonathan Fall.
Gullibility through the roof. This seems like a great fit.
This is about as close as they'll ever get to seeing what it's like to be a quarterback in this league.
Everybody sees the game days, but they don't see the day-to-day grind.
Hey, you get one opportunity a week.
It's really nice to get him away from football and spend time with our family.
I'm here all day.
Freediving is one of the world's deadliest extreme sports.
It's very simple. The deepest dive wins.
Alessia wanted to be better than the best freediver ever.
When you push close to a limit, a lot can go wrong.
I just started rapping, wham, bam, I am the man.
And we thought that'd be a good name for a group.
For us, it was beginning to really shape what wham was going to become.
Two young guys who were hedonistic.
That exuberance of youth.
An intact room is like a time capsule.
With AI, we are essentially creating a non-human intelligence that is very unpredictable.
The scientists down there, they wave to the camera, and I see his little fingers coming out.
This mission could be a technological triumph or a heartbreaking disaster.
You don't get to be a cult leader by saying, hey, I'm just like the rest of you.
Cults come in so many forms.
Cult leaders, every single one of them, has pathological narcissism. They don't give a fuck about anybody but themselves.
God, I'm blushing. So hot.
Oh, wow. Hurry up, spit it out.
Yes! Let's go!
Yeah!
I've been waiting and waiting.
Please await further instructions.
The world is changing.
A living room is no longer just a living room. It's an office, or a bedroom, or a classroom.
All four of you all live together like Little House on the Prairie?
Yes.
You need some help.
That's where we come in.
We are reinventing spaces in ways that people would never imagine.
You hacked this for real.
The professional bakers are back. 12 brand new teams from across the world are about to begin patisserie's toughest competition.
Not panicking.
Chef.
Nightmare.
Anyone think these guys are professionals?
Are you ready, Marinette? The fate of the world is in your hands! I forgot how loud this part could be. You are not the only one, Marinette. There is another.
Bonjour.
Hey, Storybots, can you please tell me a fun fact?
Did you know that spiders can actually tune their webs and pluck them like guitar strings?
Would you keep it down in here, son?
Petusho! Cancel my self-care routine and call a meeting right now!
You need to forget your past on the island of fun with no purpose.
It's the island of fun for no reason.
Sure.
Kids these days, right?
Savage, unfiltered, iHeart
Radio. He helps us with stuff. And then, of course, too, maybe it's season 5 because Joseph fucking promotes the shit out of this show on his social media platforms. But hey, guys, to each his own. But back to this submarine thing, guys. I want to talk more about this because now we're getting that, Paris had communicated, with a NATO correspondent, with their correspondent center, Joseph, that basically was trying to make this mission possible, to try to get the people up, because they were losing oxygen literally like hour by hour. What's your comments on this, Joseph? I'm pulling a sauce on this. What's your comments on this? I feel like sauce saying this, but because he's always. What's your comments on that? What's your what's your view on that?
It's a shame these people didn't mobilize sooner when we had better opportunities to save them. There were a lot of people stepping up at the end because, like you said, at noon today, the news was still hopeful. A whole lot of other people were coming to their rescue because of those sounds being heard. We knew they had another 5, 6, maybe 10 hours of oxygen that we could still save them. But the efforts were too little, too late, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, you want to try to help, and save as many people as possible. You really do.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's treacherous type of waters. I mean, these are waters, folks. You got to remember, they're not like, like a couple miles offshore. I mean, they're like, hundreds of miles offshore here, going into the thousands. And speaking of thousands, they're in thousands of depth of water. I know the Titanic is in like almost like 2,000 foot of water, if that.
Oh, I thought it was like at 30,000 feet.
No.
It's down there.
No, 30,000 feet is in the what the hell they call that? The trench, right, Shaky? Yeah, the Norman Trench or something like that, which is the largest depth of ocean water in the
Mariana
world.
Trench, you mean? But yeah,
Mariana Trench.
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah.
There's people out there saying we shouldn't have spent one penny because the people on board are millionaires. And again, I agree. They knew the risk. They signed the waivers.
Yeah,
but
why should
we
try
to preserve life? Because
this is a research team. Though.
Yeah.
This is a research team going down there to see like what went wrong with the Titanic.
Yeah. Hi, welcome to YouTube.
Thanks, it's great to be here. I'm just gonna upload my video right now.
Let me see it first. Oh wow, no, you can't post that.
Why not?
I don't agree with that. Nope.
Okay, I'm sorry.
What are you doing?
I'm uploading my video.
All right, that's a warning, pal.
Dude, you need to relax.
Flag!
What?
Okay, you wanna get crazy? Boom, boom, double flag. There goes your video.
Did you just cancel me? All right, I'm gonna be leaving now.
Where are you going?
To a place where I can't get canceled and they celebrate free speech.
Have fun in Fantasyland.
It's not Fantasyland, it's called Rumble. Later, pal. Did you need these back?
Yeah, I'm gonna need those for the next person.
Got you. Good luck, buddy.
Thanks.
They're trying to take the pictures and everything else because it's an ongoing investigation. We're still investigating at the time, folks, this is well before cruise lines and stuff like that. This was the largest ship in its world history, the Titanic.
Yeah.
Literally.
Well, I understand people.
Why would we want to invest our money?
Right, but people are treating it like a hiker wandering off on a unregulated trail. They get lost, and we're sending helicopters and search parties. I get it. You risk yourself. We shouldn't have to bail you out. But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But so I could see both sides of this argument. But that's our nature. We try to preserve life.
Yeah.
Unlike the left, who's busy slaughtering babies in the womb, they don't give a fuck about life of any kind. But yet now they're going to complain about trying to save these people's lives when they're killing unborn. But that's a whole other episode.
No, you're good. You're good. We're losing time on this show. I just had Shaky come in, and you've probably heard a little bits and pieces of it, but it's okay. He was in the background. That's why I was like, if you looked on video, I was like, yeah, I'll give him a thumbs up. We're losing a bit of time, so we're going to close it out here soon. I want to put this out here. There's with the submarine update, okay, because Twitter is going off the rails with these Twitter postings here, which I'd love to look at, but that's another fucking platform that shadow banned me. That and fucking Instagram, sons of bitches. But anyway, the USCG Northeast put this out, Joseph, on their Twitter, that a debris field was discovered within the search area by a ROV near the Titanic. Now, experts, folks, within the Unified Command are evaluating the information. They're evaluating. Well, we already know that the research team are dead. All of them. They're dead. So, I understand they want to research it a little bit, but
it's no longer a rescue.
And that was 5 hours ago that was put out on their Twitter thing.
It's no longer
it's
no longer a rescue mission. It's now a salvage and recovery investigation.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it's investigations. They're gonna want to know what the hell went wrong with it, you know. And I mean, I'm looking on it. You know, they're steering this thing, Joseph, with a freaking a controller,
like a Nintendo 64 from years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, Super Nintendo controller. Like even the guy was like, yeah, it was designed, you know, like as a Nintendo controller. Like, listen, guys, what happens if the battery supply runs out on this damn controller? How they supposed to go up? Who the hell thought of that? What an idiot!
Yeah.
But you know,
yeah,
it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. Guys, I want to thank you for joining us here. You know, my hearts and condolences go out to the family members that lost maybe possibly loved ones or family or friends of this team. Really, my condolences go out to you. I'm really sorry. And I hope that you know, it doesn't put a bad burden on the families and friends of these people, Joseph, because it was a terrible thing, a freak of a nature of an accident that had happened. And maybe we can learn next time, you know, if we're going to send submarines down there to use a little bit better of technology rather than a remote control.
Yeah,
I think that was ridiculous.
Right. It isn't going to stop. More things like this. But we got to indeed recover, investigate, learn, and build better small submersibles that can allow these things to happen. With innovation and new technology, there's always going to, unfortunately, be things that go wrong, and you've got to learn from them. And it doesn't make it any less of a hardship for those family members and friends of these people who are now have a hole and a void in their life.
Oh, we got Joseph. We have.
They all knew the risk, but you still a shock.
Yeah, I was about to say, we guys, we got some breaking news that just came out 6 minutes ago.
A catastrophic implosion. That's how the Coast Guard is describing the Titan disaster. They believe the mini sub blew apart as it descended down to the wreck of the Titanic Sunday, killing the 5 men on board instantly.
Our most heartfelt condolences go out to the loved ones.
The Coast Guard broke the grim news today after a remote-controlled rescue sub discovered the remains of the Titan on the ocean floor, just 500 yards from the historic wreck of the Titanic.
It was outside of the pressure hull, then found a large debris field. Within that large debris field, front and well.
But they did not find the bodies of the 5 men who were on board the Titan and said they may never be found because of the, quote, incredibly unforgiving environment. OceanGate, the company that operates the submersible, says in a statement, our hearts are with these 5 souls and every member of their families during this tragic time. The men all signed a waiver that mentioned the possibility of dying 7 times. CBS correspondent David Pogue read a portion of it before he boarded the sub last year. The sub's designer and pilot, Stockton Rush, who perished in the disaster, is facing more criticism today. He claimed that he built the sub with the help of top-notch engineers.
Boeing and NASA and the University of Washington.
But today, Boeing issued a statement saying it was not a partner on the Titan and
on New York Times is covering this 6 minutes ago. Breaking news, guys, about the missing Titanic sub. We're now knowing that the sub, Joseph, has experienced a catastrophic. There we go. Get the words in my. Help me.
Catastrophic.
There we go.
Not caviar, caveat. Right. Again, throwback to another catastrophic. That was like me the other day, though. I was trying to say reciprocity.
I'm trying to get the updates here. I'm trying to get the update. No. All jokes aside, guys, it basically experienced an explosion of what now is being told by the United States Coast Guard. This Titan submarine, which was on the ocean floor around 1,600 feet. So it basically it suffered an explosion. But that's all the information that we have, guys. I'm going to close it out here. The producer basically telling me, it's time to go. But guys, thanks very much. Thanks for joining the show. And like always, guys, keep it savaged. And I'm out of here. Take it easy.